6 months ago, Claude was a chatbot. Today, Claude is a design tool, a coding assistant, a desktop computer agent, a legal analyst, a financial advisor, and a visual prototype builder. Anthropic launched more new products in the first 4 months of 2026 than most companies launch in a decade. And almost nobody is talking about all of them together, in plain language, and what they actually mean for your business. Today I'm changing that. Every Claude product launched in 2026, what each one does, who it's for, and exactly how to use it to transform how you work. Let's go. Let me give you the context for why what Anthropic has done in 2026 is genuinely historic. At the end of 2025, Anthropic had $9 billion in annualized revenue. By early April 2026, that number had jumped to $30 billion. That's a 3x increase in revenue in less than 4 months. No technology company in history has grown at that pace, and the reason for that growth is simple and visible. Anthropic stopped being a model company and became a product company. They didn't just build a better chatbot. They built an entire ecosystem of specialized tools, each one targeting a specific, high-value professional workflow: design, coding, legal, financial analysis, desktop automation, office integration, browser control. Each product individually would be a significant company. Together, they form an AI platform that is genuinely replacing multiple categories of software and multiple categories of professional services. Today I'm walking you through every single product, what it does, who it replaces, and how to use it in your business. This is the most comprehensive Claude 2026 breakdown you'll find anywhere. Let's get into it. Product number 1, Claude Opus 4.7. This is the engine that powers everything else on this list, and it deserves its own explanation because the capabilities are extraordinary. Opus 4.7 was just released alongside Claude Design, and it represents the most significant model improvement Anthropic has shipped. Here's what makes it different from everything that came before. Capability 1, 1 million token context window. This means Claude can read, analyze, and reason about an entire company's document library in a single conversation. Not a few documents, not a summary of documents, the actual full content of every contract you've ever signed, every email thread from the last year, every financial report, every meeting transcript, your entire CRM history, all processed simultaneously, all referenced in a single response. For a business owner, this means you can give Claude your entire business history and ask it any question. What are the most common complaints from clients in the last 12 months? Which contracts have renewal clauses coming up in the next 90 days? What patterns do you see in our most successful sales calls? Questions that used to require a team of analysts spending weeks can now be answered in seconds. Capability 2, superior vision. Opus 4.7 can analyze images, charts, diagrams, and screenshots at a level of detail that allows it to extract meaningful business information. Show it a competitor's website screenshot. It analyzes their pricing strategy. Show it a photo of a product. It identifies potential quality issues. Show it a chart from a report. It extracts the data and interprets the trends. Capability 3, 14.5-hour task horizon. This is the most practically significant capability of all. Opus 4.7 can work on a single complex task for up to 14.5 hours continuously, without losing context or coherence. That means it can handle genuinely complex, multi-step projects, not just answering questions, but completing work over extended periods. Anthropic's own engineers now use Claude for 60% of their work and report 50% productivity gains. That number is extraordinary, and it's what's driving the revenue growth I mentioned earlier. Product number 2, Claude Design. This one just launched, and the design world is reacting with a combination of excitement and panic. Here's why. Claude Design allows anyone, regardless of design background, to create professional quality visual work through conversation, slide decks, interactive prototypes, marketing one-pagers, app mockups, website layouts, product demos, You describe what you want. Claude builds it. You refine through conversation. The result is polished and professional. But what makes Claude Design genuinely revolutionary is not just what it creates, it's the workflow it enables. Here's a real example. A founder wants to create an investor pitch deck. Previously, this meant hiring a designer. $2,000 to $5,000. Multiple rounds of revisions. 2 to 3 weeks. Dependency on someone else's schedule. With Claude Design, you describe your startup, your market, your traction, your ask. Claude generates a complete pitch deck with proper visual hierarchy, compelling data visualizations, and professional design aesthetics. In minutes, you refine it through conversation. Make the market size slide more impactful. Add a darker color scheme. Emphasize the revenue growth chart. Each request is executed immediately. No waiting. No revision cycles. No additional cost. And when you're done, you can export to Canva for final touches. Save as PDF, PPTX, or share as a URL. Or, if you're building software, pass it directly to Claude Code to turn the design into working code. The most complex designs that required 20 or more prompts in other AI tools need just 2 in Claude Design. For entrepreneurs and small business owners who have always needed design work but couldn't afford quality designers, Claude Design is the most significant accessibility revolution in visual communication since Canva launched a decade ago, and it's available right now to all paid Claude subscribers. Product number 3, Claude Cowork. If Claude Design is for creating visuals, Claude Cowork is for doing actual work. And the distinction matters enormously. Cowork is a desktop application, available for Mac and Windows, that gives Claude access to your actual computer. Not a sandboxed version. Not a limited preview. Your files. Your applications. Your entire desktop environment. Claude Cowork can read and write files on your computer. Open and operate applications. Browse the web on your behalf. Execute multi-step tasks across multiple programs. Work for hours on complex projects, without you supervising each step. Here's the workflow that changed. How I think about this product. You sit down Monday morning. You tell Cowork, I need a competitive analysis of our top 5 competitors, including their pricing, their main product features, their recent marketing campaigns, and their customer reviews. Present it as a formatted report I can share with my team. You walk away. You get coffee. You take a meeting. 2 hours later, Cowork has opened your browser, researched each competitor systematically, compiled the information, cross-referenced reviews, organized everything into a structured report, formatted it in your preferred style, and saved it to your desktop. The work of a junior analyst, who costs $50,000 per year, done in 2 hours, while you did something else. Cowork also includes specialized plugins for legal, reviewing contracts, identifying risk clauses, comparing terms, financial analysis, building models, analyzing statements, generating forecasts, HR, screening resumes, drafting job descriptions, creating onboarding materials, engineering, reviewing code, debugging systems, documenting processes. Each plugin makes Cowork genuinely capable at professional level work in its specific domain. This is not a chatbot with file access. This is an AI employee with domain expertise who shows up to work every day and never asks for a raise. Product number 4, Claude Code. Claude Code is the tool that's been making headlines in the developer community, and for good reason. It's a command line tool that allows developers, and increasingly non-developers, to delegate complex coding tasks using plain language instructions. But what's happened with Claude Code in 2026 goes beyond development. Here's the key insight. Claude Code has gone viral with non-programmers, people who have never written a single line of code, are using Claude Code to build software applications by describing what they want in plain language. This is what Anthropic calls vibe coding, and it represents a fundamental shift in who can build software. If you've always had a software idea but couldn't build it, Claude Code changes that equation. Describe your app. Claude writes the code. You review. You test. You ship. Real businesses are being built this way. A marketing consultant built a client reporting dashboard in a single weekend. No coding experience. Now she charges clients $500 per month for access to the tool. A sales manager built an automated proposal generator that creates custom proposals from CRM data. In one afternoon, his team closes 40% more deals. A small restaurant owner built an AI ordering system that remembers customer preferences and suggests items. In 3 days, his average order value increased 28%. Claude Code Security, a specialized version, also just launched for cybersecurity. It can analyze entire code bases for vulnerabilities with a false positive rate below 5%, compared to 30 to 60% for traditional tools. When it launched, CrowdStrike dropped 15%, Okta fell 12%, Zscaler declined 11%. Wall Street understood immediately what this meant for the security industry. Product number 5. Claude for Office and Chrome. These are the products that will reach the most people because they embed Claude directly into the tools. Most professionals already use Claude for Excel. Claude can now read your spreadsheets, understand what you're trying to accomplish, and take actions, adding formulas, cleaning data, generating charts, creating pivot tables through natural conversation. Instead of Googling VLOOKUP syntax, you tell Claude what you need. It writes the formula, explains what it does, and applies it to your sheet. For the hundreds of millions of people who use Excel as their primary business intelligence tool, this removes the entire barrier between what they need and what they can execute. Claude for PowerPoint. Same principle for presentations. Claude reads your slides, understands your narrative, and helps you improve them. Restructuring arguments, suggesting better visualizations, adding speaker notes, creating new slides. The context sharing between Excel and PowerPoint means Claude can take your data from your spreadsheet and automatically create the charts and slides that tell its story. Claude for Chrome. The browser agent that can navigate the web on your behalf. Research competitors. Fill out forms. Gather data from multiple sources. Monitor websites for changes, all while you focus on the work that requires your human judgment. Combined, these 3 products make Claude present in every moment of a professional's workday, in their spreadsheets, in their presentations, in their browser, on their desktop. The goal is clear. Anthropic wants Claude to be the operating system of modern work. Now let me tell you about the biggest Claude story. That isn't a product, but matters enormously. Anthropic's IPO. Anthropic is in early talks with Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Morgan Stanley about a potential public listing as early as October 2026. At its current valuation, approaching $800 billion, this would be one of the largest IPOs in the history of financial markets. For context, OpenAI is valued at $852 billion. Anthropic is approaching that number. The revenue growth tells the story. $9 billion at the end of 2025, $20 billion by early March 2026, $30 billion by early April 2026, tripling in under 4 months. For business owners and entrepreneurs, the IPO matters for 3 specific reasons. Reason 1, product stability. A public Anthropic means more resources, more accountability, and more pressure to maintain and improve their products. The Claude products you invest in learning are not going anywhere. Reason 2, pricing clarity. Public companies have to justify their pricing to shareholders. This creates pressure to maintain competitive pricing, which benefits you. Reason 3, investment opportunity. If you believe, as I do, that Anthropic's products represent the future of professional work, an IPO gives you the opportunity to invest in that future directly. This is the kind of company that IPOs once every generation. The last time an opportunity like this was available publicly was when Google went public in 2004. Watch the Anthropic IPO story carefully. It will be one of the most significant financial events of 2026. Let me give you the complete picture of what Anthropic has built in 2026. Claude Opus 4.7, the most powerful AI model available to businesses right now. 1 million token context, 14.5-hour task horizon. Claude Design. Professional visual creation. Through conversation. No design background required. Claude Cowork. An AI employee on your desktop that handles complex multi-step work across your entire computer. Claude Code. Making software development accessible to anyone who can describe what they want. Claude for Excel, PowerPoint, and Chrome. Embedding AI into every tool professionals already use. And an IPO coming that could be one of the largest in history. Anthropic has not built a chatbot. They've built the operating system for how professional work gets done in the AI era. And all of it is available to you right now, starting at $20 per month. The question I want you to answer in the comments right now is, which of these products are you going to try first? Claude Design? Cowork? Code? The Excel integration? Tell me, and I'll make a dedicated, step-by-step tutorial for the most requested one. Subscribe right now and hit the notification bell, because the pace of Anthropic's releases means next week there will be something new worth knowing about, and I'll be here to break it down. I'll see you in the next one.